Happy Wednesday, y'all. See if I can get this, see if I can get my light to look any better than what it do. How's everybody doing today? I wanted to get on here with y'all, talk about this asset collection. You know what I mean? A lot of millennials been asking me, Mr. KC, is it possible to stack your assets up without buying real estate? Absolutely. Absolutely. Most definitely is. But listen, if you don't know who I am, my name is Kion Church. A lot of people like to call me Mr. KC. They say it sounds a lot easier. Who am I? I am the administrator and founder of the goldsavings.info team. And I get on here every day to help you uplift your financial IQ. You know what I mean? So you can basically stop trading your time for money. You know what I mean? So, first of all, I just like to say, in case you don't know, our enemies are trading time for money. You know what I'm saying? One of our biggest enemies is trading time for money. You know what I mean? 2 jobs is for 2 people, and we're not trying to trade no time for money. And at the same time, we're trying to build our asset collection up, you know, because that's just what it is. If you don't have any assets at the end of the day, you're not going to have nothing. Your assets are the real money. You know, everybody here with me probably subscribes to the 40-40-40. I'm a little messy, so, you know, don't worry about me dropping stuff all over the place. But like I said, everybody here is probably part of the 40-40-40. You know what I mean? That's where you were sold on the idea of going to school for 12 years. Some of you may be like me. You may have got sold on going to school for 12 years, 16 years, 18 years. You may be a doctor. I don't know. You may have all kinds of degrees going on and all kinds of time that you spent in school. But what you didn't realize is what you really subscribe to is working hard. You know what I mean? So anytime they tell you to go to school for 12 years, they're already telling you get prepared because the ride's going to be long. You know what I mean? Now, these 12 years that you spend in school took you 18 years to do that. That's half your life right there, 20 years old. I think the average life expectancy is like 81 years, 80 years, something like that. So let's just say you go with the 40-40-40. You know what I mean? You go to school for 12 years. You work for another 40 years. You work for 40 hours a week. Francino, how you doing, man? They got you working for 40 hours a week. They got you leaving your family. They got you ducking the people that you love to come outside the house and earn a living for 40 hours a week. They tell you to do that for 40 years straight. Woo, 40 years straight, that's a long time. I'm only 40-something now, you know what I mean? And then after that, they want you to retire with 40% of what you couldn't afford in the first 40 years of you working. My God, that's crazy. I don't know how you're going to do it. So what do we do now? We look for asset collection ways. We look for ways to transfer our paper dollars, our accumulated paper dollars that we've been working for really hard. And what we want to do is we want to trade them for serious tier 1 assets. So a lot of people, this is where the scary part comes in at, because a lot of people think that the only way you can acquire wealth is buying a house. And you know, like I know, if you buy a house, that's like acquiring a whole lot of debt for the next 30 years. You know what I mean? They're going to offer you a contract on that house, and it's going to be what's called a confessed judgment. Every mortgage is what's called a confessed judgment. And I'm going to just break it down to you because a lot of you don't know. Like, I had a lot of big lawsuits with these mortgage companies, and you know, I did my real estate game and all that. So what they want you to do is sign a confessed judgment, which is called a mortgage at the end of the day. You know, at the end of your settlement, they get you sign this confessed judgment, and that basically says, you know, they got the right to basically screw you over any kind of way they want with this house that they're going to use over your head. They're going to use what's called a process server to serve you these bills that you don't even know about. That's illegal, number one. They're going to give you a lot of things. A lot of ways they're going to bind you up and put you in debt. So the real millennial question is, do I have to own a house to acquire some assets? Hell no. Hell no. But first, I don't know, because I might not even be talking to the right crowd. I don't know. If you're here for some kind of financial increase in your life, if you're here to try to figure out how to do this thing without acquiring a hefty house payment, how you can acquire some assets, how you can, create some generational wealth for you and your family, how you can basically give back, how you can even have something to give back, then you're in the right place. And if you got your hand up today, I'm glad that you're here. Pull your popcorn out, let's get it started. I've basically come up with a method that's really, really simple. You know what I mean? A savings plan, it works for me. It don't work for everybody. Now, I think it can be suited to work for everybody, but it's definitely working for me. So what I do is every time I go to work, I do what the millionaires do, and that's what's called pay yourself first. Now, check this out. This is an idea that a lot of us aren't really exploring, the pay yourself first idea. If you know anything about pay yourself first, put in the comments. Put in the comments, say, look, I get paid once a week. I pay myself first. Put in the comments, I get paid once a month. I pay myself first. I get paid every 2 weeks. But guess what, KC? When I get paid, I pay myself first. If you like getting paid first, if you want your little bit of money off the top, you know what I mean, put it in the comments. If you out here, if you working for Delmarva Power, if you out here and you working for, I don't care, My Bell, I don't care who you working for, you know, I don't care who you working for, but if you work all week and you get paid your paycheck and you run that straight on over to the electric company, man, we need to have a talk. We really need to have a talk. Because the only way you're going to become wealthy is to pay yourself first. Now, what do you do to pay yourself first? You probably worked all week for some fake currency. What I want you to do is trade your devaluating currency in for gold. That way you can always have a store of value for your money. If you worked hard and you made $400 or $500, you want to put $400 or $500 up into a real savings that when you come back to it, that's what it's going to be. I'm not saying you're saving your whole paycheck or even you got to save your whole paycheck. You might like to ball out, you know what I mean? Mr. KC, you know, I print it like I spend it. But when it's time to save it, you got to save it in the right thing or else it's not going to work out right. So look, man, I got to go. I really got to go. I just came on here with you today to tell you to keep your eyes open for the podcast episodes. We're going to start doing it a little different. I'm going to get the main topic and I'm going to bust it up with you right here on this Facebook land. Miss Thomas, how you doing today? You know, so we're going to bust it up a little different from here on out. You know, smash the heart, smash the wow faces. Give me some likes. You know, if you feel like this financial information is a good thing, man, you know, put in your country, hashtag your city, your state, wherever you're watching this from. I need you to let me know. Also, if you're down with acquiring tier 1 assets for as little as $5, man, you know, I can show you how to become somebody, you know. And when I say somebody, I mean somebody with a future. You know, at the end of the day, you want to be holding. You know what I mean? We don't want to have to buy a house to be holding, you know what I'm saying? Because that ain't really where it's at. But if you want this real wealth game 101, I can give it to you. Let me know. My name is Mr. KC. I love you. Tune in. Keep tuning in. And I'll talk to you soon. We're going to get this light together next go around, too. I love y'all. Be easy.